Hello everyone, this is Alfred the Moonlit Usurper, and welcome back for another episode of Dark Souls 3, the Moonlit Night Walkthrough. Last time, we did Yoel's questline and sent Greyrat off to pillage the Undead Summit. Today, we're going to explore the majority of the Undead Summit, if not the entirety of it. Now let's get started. This is going to take a while. Well, those two are dead. Yeah, we don't have enough bombs. Shit. Surprised that the enemies don't notice us breaking stuff right behind them. There we go. Killed that one. And we're just gonna fall down here because there's no reason to even bother. I just forgot that above us there's some repair powder to get. Shit. It's my fault. Oh, bought some arrows before starting the recording. Oh yeah, that happens. That's really annoying. I don't know. I'm annoyed at myself for forgetting about this item, but no harm done. There we go, just kill them all with heavy sword. Got a repair powder. And we're gonna fall again. Chunks of Estus, and oh yeah, two more of them. I really like how everything's saying, oh, we're gonna load now, instead of loading faster, but... There we go, killed that one. And charge attack. Now over here we find large soul of the Zerd corpse. And right over here is a Thrall with a greatsword. It has a slim chance of dropping the greatsword it wields. Greatsword's called the Flamberge. It's a weapon that allows you to inflict bleed damage upon an enemy. And this Thrall, the Thrall's holding the Flamberge, the only way you can get the Flamberge. Well, actually, you can have someone trade a Flamberge if you're so inclined. Or have a friend or someone online just drop a Flamberge for you. Oh! Not cool. That's awesome. There we go, it's dead. This is where our next bonfire is. Kill those thralls, grab the tie-dye shard over here. Grab the worker's guard. Now we're gonna rest. Yeah, continue on. Okay. We're gonna try to be stealthy. Luckily, most of our enemies are hollows, mindless, and not too intelligent. Okay, I could have just said mine else would have worked. That's my fault. Don't know why I did that. There we go. Killed that one. And we're gonna try shooting that corpse down. Oh. Oh! It fell. Alright. Not much has changed. We'll go down and get it later. First, kill this one. Now, around the corner is where you'll meet an NPC who is basically the pyromancy teacher. He's the guy you go to get all the pyromancies, or the overwhelming majority of pyromancies. Very useful for those who want to dabble in pyromancy, or who just want to be pyromancers. Anyways, let's talk to him and send him off to Firelink.
Aha, unkindled, are we? Welcome to my abode. I am Cornix, an old pyromancer. A crow in his cage, as you see now. But here we are, an encounter for the ages. I hear the unkindled make for fine vessels. Care to learn some pyromancies from this old man?
Yes.
Most wise. A chance encounter should not be squandered. To reiterate, I am Cornix of the Great Swamp. The pleasure is mine.
I don't know why he was here. Seriously, if they have homeward boats, why are you staying there? You don't need me to rescue you. You can literally just homeward boat out of there. Yeah, well, I'm guessing it's giving the character players something to do. We'll fall down. Buff our staff and kill this guy. Oh yeah, that's fun. There we go, it's dead. So, just 3 hits of heavy soul arrow with our staff buffed. Grab Soul of an Unknown Traveler. Down here is another item, specifically a ring that can be useful for pyromancers or any character that has a weapon that can deal fire damage. We don't need to kill this guy. What we have is the Fire Clutch Ring. Increases fire attack but compromises damage absorption. We've got no weapon that can benefit from this, so that's why it's not showing in the attack bar. But if you look at our physical absorption now, basically lowers your physical by 10 points. The absorption. Well, 10 or so points. Now we're going to equip the Covenant Silver Serpent Ring, because I frankly forgot about it. And we'll equip Ring of Sacrifice, that way if we end up losing all the souls we have, we won't have to go back and get them. Okay, I'm going to rephrase that. So that way if we die, we won't have to go back and get all those souls we lost. Crud. Okay, basically Ring of Sacrifice, while it's equipped, if we die, instead of losing our souls, the ring breaks, and we keep all of our souls with us. There we go. That's better. Anyways, what we just grabbed is the Partisan. 14 strength, 12 dex. More of a quality build weapon, I'm guessing, because the scalings, the letters seem roughly equal, but they can end up being different values of scaling. It happens with some weapons. It's like, oh, this weapon has S scaling in this attribute. Turns out that S scaling in that attribute may function like the A scaling of another weapon with a similar attribute. It's really weird. Now we've got our stuff. Got everything over there we wanted. So we're going to go back through here. And Still doesn't drop anything. That's a shame. There we go. Kill that one. Those are thralls, aka I like to call them mini gray rats. Let's grab this rubbish. Now, if you're wondering, does rubbish have any views? Nope. In fact, it basically says so in the item description, so we're gonna get rid of that. Because, again, no reason to keep it. Oh, wow. So we got charcoal pine resin. That's good. Basically, yep. Pretty much have an idea what resins and bundles are. Now, this is Thrall Central. If you look in the distance, there's one Thrall over there. I think there's another Thrall on the side of that building in the corner. We can't see it. And there's a Thrall behind those rocks. And holy shit, there's a Thrall right over there. And right there. Crap. No, we're not gonna bother with that right now. Kill that Thrall. Oh yeah, this is the fun part. Oh! My fault, again. I keep standing there getting poked with needles. Come on! Well, honestly, part of me wishes they reworked the targeting system for magic so it doesn't suck. There we go. Killed that one without getting the other one. Oh yeah, that. Sorry, but you're dead. I feel much better now. Grab some more fire bombs. And grab this pike shield. Basically, that's the shield you start out with if you start as the private class. Now let's talk to this NPC. It will give us a hint on how we can find another Covenant item. Or discover another Covenant.
Another Nana disappeared. The Grunton carries a cage. He ever has his cage. And Nana's never coming back. So come into the cage and become Nana's shade.
Step into the cage and become Nana's shade. Basically, you'll see what he means. Well, what that being means soon. Now, basically, all we have to do is go behind that enemy. You'll see a prompts for press A, examine. Then it'll shortcuts you will play. But first, we're gonna try getting this ring. Good. Please stay away from me. Now try not to attack him because we won't be able to join that Covenant for a good long while. No. Yes! We got the flame stovepipe ring. I figured we were gonna have to get that item off screen, but basically increases fire damage absorption. Well, I can show you how much fire damage absorption will increase with it equipped. See? 10 or so more points. And examine the cage. Oh, that was nice. Drop us in a rusty cage. Well, at least we can't get tetanus is unkindled. Now let's grab that item first. Oh, one thing to note about this room. We're literally right under where the boss is. That creaking sound is the boss moving. Just a little bit of info. Nope. I figured out. Part of me wishes this was a PvP arena. Would be nice. I mean, some would say a bit boring, but at the same time, surrounded in a dark, murky, wet, slightly depressing environment with fog, little random patch of fog. Now, let's look at our newest acquisition in terms of shields. War God Windshield. It's basically, in terms of regular shields, got much higher everything except for physical in terms of absorption, which isn't that much of a big deal really. It is kind of not really much of a big deal in terms of magic absorption either, because 3% extra, 3 points more magic absorption, 3% more. Still can't wield it. You need 12 strength for it. But it does weigh less, which can be useful if you're trying to not go over 70%. Because once you basically go over 70%, you start fat rolling. You know, I believe it's 100% when you can't even roll, you're just walking. I'll have to test that later. Now let's talk to this guy. We'll find out who he is later on.
Well, what's up? This pit is for hollows, not for the likes of you sane folk. Or perhaps you are a hollow, posing as otherwise?
Yes. Sanity is a very subjective term in this case. But yeah, I am basically a hollow. Look at me, look at my face. I'm super wrinkly.
Yes, then we are just fine. It's important to know who you are. But we'll all be mad soon enough. And should you be undead, well, all the more so.
Let's talk to him again.
Beware, the shackles of the gods are fragile. You might need this. Etch it on your heart if you feel your sanity slipping.
Got our Mound Maker's Covenant.
Come here to pile up your victims, for that will form your anchor. You'll see when you go mad. They'll be your family.
Sure.
You'll go mad one day, but not today. Take my advice. Use this bone and leave this place.
Got a whole more bones so we can get out of here.
This pit is for hollows, and for the occasional madman fond of piling up victims. You've better things to do, I'd hope.
Now let's check out our second covenant item. There's another covenant we can acquire in the Undead Summit. In fact, this is the path we didn't take in this episode. Now, look at the description. What we could infer from the second line is basically when you're summoned while wearing the Moundmaker Covenant, you're able to attack everyone. If you're summoned that helps via White Soapstone sign, you can attack your host and everything else. And because of that, because you're able to basically attack anything and everyone, because you're mad, it kind of makes people with this item equipped not trustworthy. It's basically a roll the dice moment. It's like, can I trust them not to stab me in the back? Can I trust them to actually help me with the boss? Stuff like that. Let's just warp back to the last bonfire. Oh, wait. I rest that other bonfire. Crud. Okay. Let's go back to that summon. Back, have our staff out, and start killing. There we go. Grab that firebomb. Switch back to Heavy Soul for now. I'm guessing the slowdown is from everything deciding to load immediately. I don't know why, but oh well. Nope. I don't know why they couldn't have made it to where it loads faster. Haha. God, that's fun. Shot him right in his eye. Come on. I love that gurgling sound it makes as it dies. Yeah, God, I can't even remember where or not we got the Estus shard from before. I think we did. You know what? Let's explore a bit. Let's see if we got the Estus flash shard from this area. Yeah, that's cool. No, we did not. Shit. Well, fireball time. Aim for the barrel. Aim for the barrel. Now, just one at a time. They're really insistent on praying to that burning tree. Yep, really insistent on praying the trees are on fire. Oh. Drop soul of unknown traveler. Buff our staff. I don't know why. Restore our flask and... oh no.
Cleanse the
Yeah, let's hold off on our magic for a bit. Ah, we got a fire gem. That's neat. Grab our Estus shard. Grab an ember. We're gonna run over here to take care of some annoyances. Come on. Let's shoot right in his face. Apparently that doesn't seem to faze him. Okay. That wasn't necessary, but it's dead. The texture's just loaded in. What the hell? That's funny. I just got stuck in between that beam and the stairs. My fault. Cut down these bodies. Large soul exert corpse. Cut down more bodies. Grab a truck of pirates, kill these. Now, those are, I believe they're called cage hollows. They have a chance of dropping 5 fated souls, which altogether, when consumed, gives you like 250 souls. They're very weak to frost damage, so use that to your advantage. Fall on here. We're gonna pass this. Grab the Warrior Sunlight Battalion. I don't know why I said battalion. God, I know there's a term for it. Covenant symbol? Covenant Talisman. Let's call it Covenant Talisman. That's the third Covenant Talisman we have, and now we're basically Sun Bros. I just received the random text. Don't worry about that. From the microphone. If not, then I just told you something that didn't really matter. There we go. 5 fated souls. Okay, now this next part, we're gonna ember up. Why? Because we're going to face our first NPC invasion in this area. And I don't want anyone to miss it. Let's grab another soul item, and not too far from us is consumable. There we go. Oh, that can inflict bleed damage. In fact, I'm going to show you how bleed works. Wait for it. Wait for the bar to fill up. See? Once the bar fills up, you take bleed damage. That's called blood loss. In that case, we almost lost half our health bar as well. Okay. That's annoying. And no. Now that Thrall's dead. I was hoping to lure this hull out, but it didn't want to go. It didn't want to leave its little corner. Yeah, it's dead now. Now, As for the whip we just picked up, it's the first whip weapon you'll get in-game. Unless you didn't have someone drop a whip for you. These are basically mostly, as the description says, useful against enemies who are exposed to it. Basically like the halls we've been facing. They're not very worthwhile against anything with armor and tough scales. An example of that would probably be like Vort. I don't think whips will be useful against Vort. I could be wrong. Now we're gonna go over here and grab Tie-Dye Shard. This sword was a hollow. No, there was a hollow around here. And one more. Oh! Oh, she's dead now. And yes, this enemy, which is an evangelist, they're all female. And they work for a cathedral church, aka Aldrich, or Cannibal Manslug. Now that all the enemies are dead, we'll go over here and kill that crystal lizard around the corner first. There we go. Got a sharp gem. Did this just load and unload? Did they just reload part of that bridge, or was that just me? Now, if you look at that NPC who just evaded us, that is the guy who gave us our Mapmaker's talisman. Hold on. I wonder if it's actually called anything in its item description. Oh, we have a spine, a vertebra. In this case, vertebra, talisman, and sheepskin. No. Apparently buffing takes forever. There we go. Yep, he uses essence so he can't heal again. That's good. Yes! His pyromancy killed him. So we get our first vertebra shackle, and speaking of which, this pyromancy is called Warmth. We can only get it after turning in 30 vertebra shackles to that altar Lothric was standing in front of when we met him. For 10 vertebra shackles, I believe we get a katana. That can do bleed. Who am I kidding? Every katana can basically do bleed in this game. I hope I'm not wrong. If I am, somebody please inform me. Kindly. So we're gonna rest. Now. And kill that giant thing. Oh, wait. That item up there, that's... shit. I can show you what that item is. After we kill this guy. Oh no. Ow! So his weapon does bleed. And speaking of which, we got his weapon. The great machete. Okay, I'm wrong. It can't cause bleed. But I believe if you use the weapon skill, it will allow you to bleed enemies. In fact, oh wait, we still don't have enough strength because you ordinarily two-handing it allows you to use the weapon with half its strength requirements. without incurring any damage penalties, which means we need 12 strength to two-hand it, but we've got 10. Now let's test this weapon. Get over here! You spineless piece of crap! Yep. I'd have to show you how much more dangerous enemy. Oh wow. Let's see. So this is Fat Roll. There you go. Now you get to see what Fat Rolling is. And for example, I am teaching people how to use weapons. So, well, in this case, this weapon. Oh, that's cool. Yep, that bridge. Those wood planks just loaded and unloaded and reloaded. I believe that's true. There, she's dead. I don't know what to put up with that. Now we're gonna try to get that item again, and there we go. Should have done that the first time. This next part is gonna involve a lot of running and dodging, because we're going to go in an arrow field. Because you look over there. That is the giant who was firing arrows. Great arrows when we first came to the area. And here's where he's been firing the great arrows. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun time. We'll get the items later. Okay, come on, get over, fire an arrow. Or fire it at me, sure. There we go. Let's just get back in here. Go this way. Oh, speaking of which, you know that red eyes, these aren't particularly dangerous, as you can mostly just stun lock them to oblivion. Let's grab the Great Scythe. First Reaper weapon we get in the game. And it's a bleed weapon. 14 strength, 14 dex requirement. Slightly higher dex scaling, so good for dex builds. And skill dex swipe, which basically allows you to headshot with the weapon. And no, two-handing won't be able to allow us to wield it fully, because two-handing only alleviates the strength requirements for using a weapon to a certain degree. Now, I could stop recording right here, since this is where the boss is. And over here is other stuff, such as the giant who was firing those arrows at us, and an NPC who will remind you of a certain Jolly Onion. You'll pretty much have an idea who it is. So we're going to do all that and begin that Jolly Onion's quest line. Then get back here and end the video, and off screen I'll probably do some farming via co-op. You know, transposing kill lines within the belly. And great cursor entry ahead, which you can see just as soon as you look in the boss room. Now, this says, as it said, transposing kill allows with the belly. Basically, in order to get our transposing killed, we have to kill that boss. I mean, technically you don't need the transposing kill in order to go for the game. You can just do fine with any weapon that isn't boss weaponish. No, you can use any weapon that isn't a boss weapon. You don't need a boss weapon to progress. But in our case, we're going to need boss weapons. Plus, it helps with completing achievements such as the Mastery of Sorcery, Mastery of Pyromancy, Mastery of Miracles, and the Ring achievement. Basically 4 achievements, which can be completed via that transposing kill. Well, having the transposing kill allows us to complete those achievements. And let's fire this one. Yep, should have saved that, but we're fine. Punch attack. Let's grab this ember. And we're gonna go back up these stairs for an item around the corner. It's a consumable soul item. Oh, beware your fall. God, I wish we could see where that fall is. Okay, leave the fall over here. Because, frankly, if you try rolling over here, you'll probably fall off the ledge and die, and we'll have to go back and do all that again. Ah, you can see where the bonfire is. Weird. Ah, right in her face. I know there's a dog here. There's several of those damn dogs around here. They need to pounce on us. Punch attack!
Oh, cleanse us, bastards, curse.
Careful of the fire bugs. And let's use that one up. Let's see. First, we're gonna go over here and unlock a shortcut to the bonfire. Huh. Maybe that other dog fell off the cliff. Let's kill these rats. Grab the item. Kystis, or Cestus. I believe it's pronounced Kystis. First fist weapon you get in the game. It's got a decent ability. Although it's mainly used for parrying. Very easy to parry with it. Although, I can't really say much on that because I don't really bother with parrying. Now, over here, we'll get the key to open that door soon. But we're going to try killing these rats. Oh no. There we go. Now, killing that rat the first time allows it to drop the blood right. Causes it to drop the blood right ring. Which increases blood resistance by 90. That's good. Useful in certain areas, if you really care. So, I don't even know why I powered firing that soul arrow, because it just jumps right over it. Let's walk over here, open the door, and rest. Why? This next part, it's better we rest at the bonfire when we can. That way, you know, shit happens, basically. walk over here, but not too close to the edge, because those rats would have attacked us. And I don't really want to deal with them. But we have to deal with them. There we go. Dead rat. And dog. There we go. Took a lot of unnecessary damage. But let's just focus on killing all these enemies. Oh, there's a crystal lizard right below us. We'll get to it later. A lot of things in this area right now we'll get to later. Okay, ow. There we go. Now we're gonna buff our staff and take care of this other one. Well, they had to really deal with two of them. There's the other one off to the side. As long as we stay away from him, he'll ignore us. Oh, it'll ignore us. That one's still fine. Watch soul insert corpse and oh. There's two dogs right around the corner. Fire works well on them. So if you want, infuse your weapon with fire so you can do it nuts. But I say you know what? Grab the Lord's skull. I'm gonna leave that one alone. There's nothing in that well. Don't have to worry about that item up there. We'll talk to that NPC later. Don't really need to deal with him now. He's a relatively minor NPC. Okay, minor. He's about as minor as a lot of the NPCs with plus sites are. He's not minor like Andre, where Andre's just there. Speaking of which, we're about to meet that Onion Knight. Pay attention to the lifts, because it's part of a mini puzzle. I hesitate to call it a puzzle because it's simple, but let's say hi.
Oh. Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegwart of Katarina. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow? Well, if I'm not mistaken, they come from this tower. Whoever it is, I'm sure I can talk some sense into them. But I have to find a way up, and that's just the trouble. This lift only goes down, you see, and...
It went up.
Well,
the lift actually does go
that doesn't
up.
get me anywhere.
In fact, you went up on the lift. This lift. You went up on that. But, you know what? Best not to give myself a headache over that. Let's exhaust Sigward's dialogue.
This lift only goes down. But you know, with a little warming up, eventually...
Actually...
No. I've got to use my head and think.
No, now I figure out he is technically right because this lift, this current lift does go down, but the lift above goes up. In fact, I'll show you. Just walk over and send that lift down. And now call the uplift up. It's weird. Lift 1 goes down, lift 2 goes up. Now we're gonna face this way, because, well, we'll venture going on to that wood platform soon. So that's how we go through Sigurd's quest line. Grab the soul of nameless soldier and talk to the giant. Don't worry, he won't attack us like the ones in Set's Fortress did. Oh, that fire demon you see down there? That is going to be the first part of Sigurd's questline. We basically have to help Sigurd kill the fire giant demon without dying to the fire demon. Well, without him dying to the fire demon. And ideally us. Let's talk to the giant.
Who are you?
I am some guy you were shooting at.
I help anytime.
Okay. Now, he gave us a young white branch. This young white branch is different from the ones from other young white branches in terms of, well, one, it's item description. And two, it doesn't stack with your other young white branches. You'll see what I mean when we grab more young white branches as we progress. But as long as we have this one, we're basically safe from the giant. Took some fall damage, but we didn't fall to our deaths, so let's say hi to Sigurd.
Ah, oh, don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head.
I think something else struck you square in the head,
I've
but
unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
maybe it was from too many fights against monsters. Maybe that could happen. And technically, it's not really an inscrutable. The riddle's not really that difficult, really. But hey, I've had moments like that too, where something that's simple took a lot longer for me to figure out than it should have. Well, let's talk to him again.
On some days, I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. How now? Think twice before you go down that road.
Talk to him one more time.
I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated. I've got to use my head and think.
Alright, so now we're gonna go down. Yeah, get out a bit more. Hopefully we don't die from this.
No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now. I, Siegward of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side!
So we avoided that somehow. Oh no. Ow! Yes, it's dead. And we get Fire Gem. Technically, it would have been the first Fire Gem you could get in game if it had been for the Halls dropping it. Now it's after the battle, and if Sigurd's still alive, and the player character's still alive. Talking to Sigmund will allow you to get 2 new gestures from him, plus an item. So, let's exhaust this dialogue.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make.
And there's the item, Sigbrow.
To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine.
There's our first gesture now. The second one we get after he goes to sleep.
Well, I'm going to have myself
after
a
he
little
takes
nap.
his nap.
The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
And there's the sleep gesture. With all that done, let's grab some items. Actually, there's an item right above here. I believe it's a homeward bone. Yep, homeward bone. And this is the large club. Twice your strength requirement. Still get two-handed fully without suffering. We're not able to really two-handed and suffer no damage penalty. But good weapon for strength builds because it's only scales in strength. Now, we got a pale tongue, which we need to progress the questline of that one character who gave us the cracked red eye orbs. Huh. That's what I tell you, I kicked you a bug. There we go. From that body, we get the Northern Armor set, which, if you look at it, it's got high frost resistance. Can be useful against things like Vort and other enemies that can inflict frost damage. Can be. Now over here we grab Run Bug Pad, which temporarily increases your fire resistance temporarily. Knock that guy down. So we get more Luring Skulls. Oh wait, Cage Hollow right over here. Spider Hollow, I think it's technically Spider Hollow. Kill that one, and we're gonna draw this dog over here. Oh no. Dog runs straight into my sword. That's funny. Now, if you go in here, look up. Trap time. Because as soon as you go over here, open the chest, all 4 of them will fall down, and all 4 of them will fall down simultaneously. And, well, it's not really dangerous even if they do. Well, depends on your health and depends on your current vigor and weapon loadout. Oh, equipment load. Anyways, best strategy for this is ideally look up, be aware of your surroundings, and snipe them down. Or just use bombs or any throwing item. Like for example, use the throwing knives, or basically any item that you can whip at foes to inflict damage, use it on them to knock them down. Or ideally get a bow and some arrows. Sure, you're not doing full damage with your arrows, but it's enough to knock them down and get them toward you. As for us, that's the whole point of the bow and arrows. Just to draw the enemies to us. Not to actually kill them with the bow and arrows. Unless we get poison arrows, in which case the poison's the main factor in damage dealt with the arrows. Now, from the chest we get human pine resin, which allows you to deal dark damage with your right-hand weapon temporarily. Buffer staff. And kill these two. So I'm guessing we have 4 regular S's. Managed to stagger the evangelist before she can beat us with her giant mace. That's good. Now after killing those two, make our way out and up. Go on this ledge, grab the item, and it's the flint's ready. And if you play Dark Souls 2 Sunken King of Shova DLC, that's one of the more infamous items you can get from that particular DLC. Which allows you to do, increases your attack power, but it's based on your equip load. So the lower your equip load, the more attack power you have. And I figure out it's more of, let's see. Let's equip it now. You check. All it would do is give us 1 extra point of damage. But if we equip everything else, it gives us 24 extra AR. And frankly, 24 extra AR is not really worth it, in my opinion. Let's get rid of that ring. It's not really as powerful as it was. Oh, wait, crud, I forgot about my shield. And staff. Let's just fall down here. Take a bit more fall damage. And hopefully you have enough Estus to heal yourself with, or you're at max vigor and embered, because we're going to take quite a bit more fall damage before this is done. Now run, ideally fall down here and then roll. I only took 200 plus hit points. So regular Estus just heals you by 250. So that's something. Now, over here we get the mirror set, and here we get the Corvair. Corvair, you'll probably recognize it. We're going to use it for a while. The mirror set, I like it because it's snazzier. I think that's a word. Oh, so our sorcerer trousers give us more poise. The gloves give us more poise. The robes don't. You know what? Let's just equip the Dwarf Helm for now. Now, if we end up getting advantage with someone straight sword, we'll be able to poise through their attack. It's like a poise is the point where you're able to poise through straight sword attacks. And with all that out of the way, we're gonna go back and get those items near that white birch. Yeah. They tend to ignore you once you get in here. And surprisingly, I haven't been invaded. Surprisingly. Well, by other players. Now we'll just sit out here. Okay, that was not what I was trying to do. I was trying to switch to I give a toast to all these enemies dying because of the arrows being launched. First, let's grab everything over here. Firebomb. Reinforced club, and... come on, Giant. See? We're safe. Ember, Fading Soul, and around the Great White Birch, we get 3 Young White branches. 2, 3. And you look at our inventory, you see how the one we got from Giant doesn't stack with the ones we just picked up. Plus, the item description. If your Youngwood branch is not stacking and says something to the effect of token of friendship or good friend no hit in the item description, basically don't use it. It's better to have on your person and not use than wasted. Now, jump over here, get our first undead bow tray, which basically we burn and trod bonfire to increase the essence recovery. Boost the recovery provided by essence flask. So you'll be able to heal more of your hit points and focus points. And that's more rubbish, and I don't want that. No, I want to discard it. There we go. Oh. Now, if you look up there, that isn't our Plumber's Frawl. Shit, I can't use my bow. There we go. Able to use my bow without going over 70% weight ratio. Ah, that was funny. There we go. So, in the Undead Summit, there are 2 places to basically farm for flambouches. Here, and in the beginning area, near where the first bonfire is. Technically near where the second bonfire is. So we just grab the cleric set from that corpse, and our first set of ashes. The mortician's ashes. We're gonna warp out of here and go back to the shrine, spend our souls, get some new items. And after that, we're basically done for this episode. There we go. Essence Flask +1. Let's give the Shrine Handmaid her ashes. Now, after giving her some ashes, she'll basically say this line every time. Well, except for giving her 1 set of ashes, then she says something different. Here's the generic line of dialogue she gives for giving her ashes.
Gracious, passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
Alright. So, I believe she sells us more ember plus some bundles and resins. Now, the main thing we're looking for from her is this, the Grave Key. It'll allow us to lock that door we discovered in the sewers. We'll buy this later.
Ashen.
Because it'll be easy enough to... Because we'll get to a point where 20,000 souls is a drop in a bucket.
Ah, just wasn't he?
Now it's Street Forcer Estus. And you see we have a total of 7 Estus flasks.
Project like that.
We could upgrade our flask, but we won't. Now let's talk to Cortex. Because after saving him from his cage and talking to him again in Firelink Shrine, he'll... Well, if you didn't start out as a Pyromancer, he'll give you a Pyromancy Flame after talking to him again in Firelink Shrine once you save him from his cage. Watch.
Ah, there you are, unkindled one. I wish to express my gratitude for trusting a lowly pyromancer and allowing me to gaze upon this majestic flame.
What majestic flame are you talking
As
about?
promised, I will impart pyromancies to you.
Are you talking about those
But first,
candles?
you need a flame of your own.
So, basically, if you don't start as a Pyromancer and you want a Pyromancy Flame, just find Cortex in the Undead Summit, free him, and then go back to Firelight Shrine and talk to him. He'll give you your own Pyromancy Flame.
Careful you don't burn yourself with it.
It's your main casting implement. Sure, there are other things you can use to cast Pyromancies, but in terms of spell damage, you're better off with Pyromancies. You're better off using your Pyromancy Flame. Now, here's the spells he sells starting out. This, you get when you start out as a Pyromancer. The other three, well, you don't. Now, as for regular combustion, he doesn't sell regular combustion. In fact, regular combustion is the weapon skill of the Pyromancer. He doesn't sell armor. Okay, when you select purchase items, it'll sell the Pyromancer so, which can actually be kind of useful. Now, I'm pretty sure this doesn't boost our fire damage. And he sells nothing else. And as for reinforcing, here you can reinforce your Pyromancy Flame. And we can talk to him to learn more about possible places we could go to get more Pyromancy tomes to give him so he can teach us more spells.
To learn pyromancies, you must vow to become my pupil. I know, but such is the way of the world. Respect your elders and so on. And pyromancy, of course, is no exception.
Let's talk to him again, see if he has anything else to say.
Oh, we'll need a pyromancy tome to learn more advanced pyromancies. Though unorthodox, that would be the most expedient way to make progress. If this were the Great Swamp, and you had the luxury of time, we could have trained you the hard way. To learn,
So,
do not what it.
basically, we'll have to give him Pyromancy tome before we can unlock more dialogue. So we can unlock more dialogue from him. And, great, that's fine. We'll see him again after we beat the boss. Now, let's upgrade our
Just what?
staff for now. We'll eventually switch over to another staff soon. I believe it's going to be the episode, if not after the boss episode, the episode after the next episode, and maybe the episode after that. So 3 episodes from now, we may end up getting that next staff that we'll use for a sizable majority of the game. Oh, our staff's at +2, and we have ace skilling now. That should help.
Right like that.
Follow that. Let's just finish up by
Welcome, speak.
leveling up the
Very well, then
Firekeeper.
take-
There we go. Get ourselves more intelligence. By level 40, we should have 30 intelligence, which will be a good stopping point for a while.
Very well. Then Tuthaken.
Okay.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
I'm not using the flames to guide me, but sure, thank you. Let's rest in our bonfire, and we're done with this episode. Next one, we shall take on the boss of the Undead settlement. It'll pretty much be a relatively short episode. In fact, I think it'll be the shortest one yet. Oh well, I'll see you all next time. Bye.